everybody, and welcome to the workshop. For today's episode, I'm going to teach you 5 finishing techniques to make your wood products stand out. So get your materials ready and let's start designing.
Here's all the materials you'll need to create beautiful wood finishes. But first, you need to prepare the wood surface. Smoothen it using sandpaper. If you see pores, fill them up with lacquer spot putty. Now apply white lacquer primer surfacer as base coat and leave to dry. Sand again to make sure the surface is really smooth. If you're designing on bamboo, scrape the outermost skin first using a sharp tool. Then smoothen using sandpaper. It's best to start with grit number 180 or lower. Then, switch to grit number 240 until you achieve your desired smoothness. Like on wood, also apply white lacquer primer surfacer on bamboo. Don't forget to let it dry. For our first finishing technique, you need a mixture of white latex paint and raw sienna latex paint to get a tannish color. Apply the resulting paint to the whole surface and let dry. With a spray gun, apply 1 coat sanding sealer. Once it's completely dry, glaze the entire surface with burnt umber tinting oil mixed with paint thinner. Then use a graining tool to imitate a wood grain pattern. If you don't have a graining tool, don't worry. You can also use cotton rags to achieve the same effect. Just spread your fingers a little and apply enough pressure. Once you have your desired pattern, allow it to dry for a few minutes. Then apply the top coat. For a decoupage finish, paint the surface first with latex paint. Choose any color you want. Let it dry and then sand lightly. Spray 2 coats of sanding sealer and again allow it to dry. Now get the image you'll use for your design and scrub the backside in preparation for gluing. Once you're done, apply a thin coat of sanding sealer on the back of the design. Also spray sanding sealer on the spot you want to place your design in the wood panel. And then carefully place the design. Make sure there are no air bubbles underneath. Seal it off with 2 coats sanding sealer and allow to dry. Next, take grit number 600 sandpaper and level the design to the surface. If you still need to level the design, spray more sanding sealer, let dry, and then smoothen it again. Just keep repeating until you're satisfied. Now that your design is leveled, apply any desired oil tinting color thinned with paint thinner. This will help highlight your design. Lastly, spray 3 to 4 coats of dead flat lacquer to seal your design. Now let's try an antique green finish. Mix phthalo green and white latex paints together. This will give you a light green color. Paint over the entire surface and allow to dry. Next, dip a cotton rag in denatured alcohol and rub it on desired areas to expose the white base coat. Then spray some sanding sealer. Make sure the surface has completely dried. Then stain it with burnt umber tinting oil mixed with paint thinner. Protect the design with a dead flat lacquer top coat. For a parquet glaze finish, your base coat should be a mixture of phthalo blue, white, and red latex paints. Use a brush to apply the resulting paint color and dry thoroughly. Seal with lacquer sanding sealer and again let it dry. Then mix Prussian blue and bulletin red tinting oils with a little bit of paint thinner. Use this to glaze the wood surface. Create a parquet pattern with a cotton rag dipped in paint thinner. When you've finished your design, apply a top coat. For our last finishing technique, cover the surface with Hansa yellow latex paint. After drying, spray one coat of sanding sealer, and again allow to dry. Then brush the surface with spar varnish mixed with paint thinner. Set aside for 5 minutes. Next, apply phthalo blue latex paint on the entire surface. Once dried, carefully peel the blue paint using a scraper until you achieve your desired effect. Lastly, seal with clear gloss lacquer.
I hope you learned a lot in this episode, so grab your tools and try these techniques for your next wooden handicrafts. Until next time, see you at the workshop.